Turner's HOH this week, guys. And here he is showing off his beautiful girlfriend, and everybody's just looking around, just really waiting to see what he's going to do. Even I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, he's exposed to both sides. Monty was pushing the pound to Turner. I think that Monty was doing this because he didn't want Turner to think that he is tight with the other three while they were outside, because who knows what happened inside the house. Me, Taylor, and Michael, if they got really close, just like these guys in Dire Fest did. But it's a totally different situation because they have rooms to go and hide from these other people, but which is really smart on Monty's part, because he said that that's where I'm solid with the leftovers. But then after that, after leftovers is split into 3-3, Monty said that he will be really loyal to Turner and Kyle. So he's setting himself up to distance himself from the other three. Brittany, Michael, and Taylor are really close, and that he couldn't penetrate that closeness. So he stayed loyal to Turner and Kyle. So Turner, I think, is buying this. I'm not sure until he gets to the diary room. But from the way he was responding to Monty's pitch, Turner is being so strategic about everything. He said that if we can get Monty back to our good graces, me and you and Monty can do this until the end. Do they rock with the people from the outside, the Dire Fest, that didn't win anything? Like Alyssa did not win anything. She hasn't won anything. Terrence, who only won 2 games, or do they go against the leftovers who've won every single competition from start until then? If they rock with these two, then they're definitely going to be the bottom 6. So Turner was thinking, let's get Monty, you and I, against Michael, Brittany, and Taylor. And he said, this is the best scenario. Tell me what you think. And of course, Kyle wants to save Alyssa. So he said, if we turn our backs against them, then we're really gonna be whacked. I mean, but who cares? They're not strong players. So why would they join that side of the house instead of the powerhouse leftovers? Turner is trying to think for both of them to save both of their games, but Kyle is only thinking for himself and saving Alyssa all the way through. It's really funny that this social experiment has happened, because it really shows the character. Even if you say that you're playing a game, it really shows your character in how you conduct yourself within the game. So whether you try to hide your true self, it's still going to come out. Kyle wants to take a shot at the leftovers right now, but that's not smart, because there's 3 other leftover members who can come after them. But Kyle wants Turner to play his game and not Turner's game. And he's the HOH. Kyle wants to get rid of Michael. Alyssa was using her sympathy social game to play at Turner's heartstrings by talking about Megan, how beautiful she is, and oh, we're still okay from last week, right? I just don't understand why Terrence put you up and you guys were close and then takes you down. It just doesn't make sense. Then she lets out the waterworks because Turner's letter from Megan was so touching, and it just tugged at her heartstrings, and she just feels for her, and all of these, I know she misses you, and just using everything, pulling out all the stops. So Terrence was telling Turner about what happened in the backyard, and it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I wouldn't believe it, because he said that he only put up Turner and Joseph together because he wanted to get more information from from Kyle. And then when after Kyle gave him all the information, he takes Turner down and puts up Kyle so he can get more information. It doesn't really make sense. So I don't know if the people in the Brochella members were buying this, because it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So now he's pitching to Turner that they should keep the Dire Fest intact, just keep going with that. But Turner already has made up his mind, made a decision that he's putting up Alyssa and Terrence up on the block. So Turner still lies to Brittany and tells Brittany that no one divulged any information, not him or Kyle, to Terrence about the leftovers, and they were pinning it on Joseph. So since he's planning to put up Alyssa and Terrence on the block, he said, I know for sure that I'm going to lose these two people's votes at the end. All I ask is that you guys keep me safe the first week. I don't want to go out the first week. Brittany agrees. Yes, I don't want to even be a part of that mess. So she promises Turner that she's not going to be the one to put him up if she's HOH next week. To Michael, Turner says that his loyalty is still with the leftovers, and so he's going to put Alyssa and Terrence up this week, because he promised that he was going to gun after Terrence, because he thought that they were really close, and then he turns around and puts him up for such a shallow and lame reason. So he repeats the story about the 2 votes that he's losing from putting Alyssa and Terrence up. So when they get to the jury, he will never get their votes, because he had a hand on putting them up on the block after what happened in Dire Fest. And Michael says, yeah, I like the sound of that. But he's really the way he's looking at Turner, he's not buying any of it. So he's most likely he's going to gun for that veto. At this point, he still hasn't told anybody that Kyle divulged the information about the leftovers to Alyssa and Terrence. So, Turner, I'm so disappointed in you. So disappointed in you. Turner also mentioned that he loves Michael and Brittany, because in the beginning, first few days of being in the house, they were the only 2 that really wanted to work with him. And so he said that after this HOH, after this week, let's talk about moving forward with the both of them. So Turner's really playing his cards right here, because he has final somethings with almost pretty much everybody. He wants to keep the pound intact, and now he is pitching to Michael about having a final something with him and Brittany. Turner's conversation with Taylor, he also explained the same thing that he explained to Michael, Brittany. So I guess he is, with these conversations, you can tell where he's leaning towards. He's really, really close to Kyle. He talked to Monty about the pound, but also talked to Monty about the leftovers. So with these 3, I don't think that he is planning to take them all the way to the end, because I think this 3, Taylor, Brittany, and Michael, are powerhouses with competitions. I don't think that if he gets to the end with with one of these 3, that he would win over them. So, but right now he's proving that he's a very, very strong player, but I don't think that he wants to get all the way to the end with a strong player that people inside the jury house really like, because Taylor's very likable. Michael's very likable. His social game is pretty much perfection. And then Brittany also is close to the girls that are in the jury house right now. So he knows that their votes might be bitter jurors in there. I mean, Joseph definitely will vote for Taylor if Taylor gets all the way to the end. And so will maybe Jasmine and Indy. I don't know. So, but if he's confronted, I mean, if he gets to the end with Brittany, Brittany definitely gets everybody's vote. She's really good. And also Michael. So I don't think that Turner is planning to go to the end with these three people. But if he gets to the end with Monty or Kyle, Kyle is very much hated. So I think he's going to want to take Kyle all the way to the end. I'm not sure because he wants to get Terrence out right now. Terrence has also got a very good social game with the people who are right now inside the jury house. I don't know about Joseph though.